Hi, welcome to Wall Street Confidential. We're here with Jim Cramer today. Jim, if we're really in a recession, as magazines say, where do we go? What do we buy?
I know, I mean, if you believe in the Newsweek story, you could argue that we are in a recession. My problem with that is that a lot of that is government mandated if they really believe that we're out of the woods. And the stocks that are reacting to it are the ones that say, no, we're back in the woods. Coke and Pepsi yesterday. Now, as I look at the theory, why have these stocks underperformed if we're really into a slowdown, right? And the answer is that the market was really, until yesterday, banking on the Fed keeping rates low and therefore the economy reaccelerating at a certain point. If the Fed is done, if people feel like that basically we're if the market thinks we're going into recession, then you buy Coke and you buy Pepsi. These stocks have just been killed. Yeah. Now, here's the issue. Until yesterday, we had always felt that the raw costs, you know, the can costs or the sugar costs.
Sugar, corn syrup.
Pepsi, remember, is a snack food company. We had always felt that these stocks were too expensive given the fact they may not make the numbers because of the raw costs. Suddenly that goes out the window, and the reason it goes out the window is because the market is saying, wow, if the Fed really thinks we're done, that's very Hoover-like. We could be going into recession. They shouldn't even be saying that. They shouldn't be defending the dollar. So Coke and Pepsi become the litmus for recession, given the fact that they performed so badly into a slowdown. Now the question is, was it a slowdown? We went from having a U recovery, that's what people were banking on, which is why Coke and Pepsi were being sold, to now being an L, which is that we're not going to have a better economy, and Coke and Pepsi are back on the buy list.
When you look at these stocks, you know that they've got fairly good volumes, they've got great cash flow.
But they're at 18, 19 times earnings. You cannot buy a stock at 18, 19 times earnings unless you feel we're in a recession.
But they're not out raising capital like all these financials.
They don't need, they're all very well capitalized. But remember, the average multiples come down so much that you have to start saying, well, wait a second. If their earnings aren't going to be blowout, why should I pay 19 times earnings when I can pay 14 or 15 for Honeywell, which has said things are fine? Now, remember, we're in a situation where you always want to pay up for consistent. But if the overall table has gone down, you don't need to continue to pay 18, 19.
Gotcha. Okay, great. So let's look at some recession stocks today. Coke and Pepsi, a couple of good ideas there. I'm Deborah Borchardt, and we're here at Wall Street Confidential with Jim Cramer.